Hello everyone. My name is Yusuf Saputra, and today I will present to you about my final project for the Theory of Translation course. And for this project, I chose a paragraph from the novel Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, written by J.K. Rowling in 1997, along with its Indonesian translation. The paragraph describes Harry Potter's unusual hair, which keep growing in a massive way no matter how many times it cut. In this presentation, I will analyze the translation using three theories: equivalence by Mona Baker, translation shift by Catford, and collocation and connotation. First, thing that I want to explain is about source text and target text. On this slide, we can see that the English version on the source text and the Indonesian version as target text. The paragraph tells us that Uncle Vernon often complained that Harry needs a haircut. However, despite having a many haircut, Harry's hair always grows back in a messy way. The translator challenge here is not only transferring the meaning but also maintaining the humorous tone of the original text. To evaluate whether the translation is successful, I will begin the concept of equivalence. The first theory is equivalence, proposed by Mona Baker. Equivalence refers to how meaning is transferred from the source language into the target language. Let's look at the praise a haircut, which is translated as potong rambut in Indonesian. Although the wording is different, Indonesian readers still understand the same message: Harry needs to have his haircut. Another example is the phrase all over the place, translate as ke segala arah. The translator does not translate it word to word. Instead, the translator focuses on delivering the same meaning. Indonesian readers can still imagine Harry's hair growing in every direction. Therefore, I can conclude that the translator successfully achieved equivalence because the meaning and communicative effect are preserved. Next is translation shift. Second theory is a translation shift introduced by Catford. Translation shift happen when translators change grammatical structure to make the translation sound more natural. The first example is a haircut, become potong rambut. In English, a haircut is a noun phrase, while in Indonesia, potong rambut function more like a verbal expression. This is an example of a phrase phrase of a class shift because the grammatical category change. Another example can be seen in the phrase looked over the top of his newspaper. Paper. The translator rendered it as mengintip dari balik korannya. Instead of translating each word literally, the translator changed the structure to create a natural Indonesian expression. This is a structure shift because the sentence structure changed while the meaning remains the same. This shift makes the translation easier and more natural for Indonesian reader. And next slide is the collocation and connotation. I will discuss collocation and connotation. First, we can see that collocation refers to words that naturally occur together in a language. For example, the phrase need a haircut is translated as perlu potong rambut. This sounds natural in Indonesian. If it were translated literally as membutuhkan sebuah potongan rambut, it would sound awkward and unnatural. Another example is shouted, translated as berteriak. This is a natural word choice and fits the context perfectly. Now, let's move to connotation. Connotation refers to the emotional or implied meaning behind the words. The praise all over the place creates a humorous image of Harry's messy hair. The Indonesian translation, ke segala arah, successfully preserved this image. Reader can still imagine Harry's hair growing wildly and uncontrollably, which makes the description humorous and entertaining. Therefore, both of the collocation and connotation are effectively maintained in the translation. And after all of that, there is my conclusion about the theory that I have applied. The Indonesian translation of this paragraph can be considered successful. Based on Mona Baker's equivalence theory, the translator successfully transferred the meaning of the original text. Based on Catford translation shift theory, the translator applies several shifts to make the translation more natural for Indonesian reader. In addition, the translator preserves natural collocation and maintains the humorous connotation found in the original text. As the translation critics, I believe that this translation is accurate, natural, and acceptable. The translator successfully balanced meaning, readability, and style, allowing Indonesian reader to enjoy the text in a way that is similar to English readers. I think that's all I want to say. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.